You're tuned into Visions, a business and community affairs program designed to encourage and promote entrepreneurship in Central Alabama.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Vision. Cedric Vaughn, always glad to see you. Excited about our guest and our subject matter today. Today we're talking with Tiffany B. McCord, who is the Montgomery County Circuit Clerk. Mrs. McCord, thanks for being here with us today on the Visions program.
Thank you so much.
Excited to get a chance to finally talk to you. We've been working on it for a while and we've got it worked out today. You were able to put us in your schedule, so we appreciate it. You know, Mrs. McCord, you are a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know that much about the law. So I'm going to learn about your office today.
Okay.
And so the Montgomery County Circuit Clerk, just give us an overview of what you do in your office.
Well, we are the heartbeat of the court system. Every case that comes into the court system starts and ends in the clerk's office. We are the facilitators of all paperwork. We facilitate all payments. I consider myself the chief financial officer of the court systems in Montgomery County. We handle over $50 million a year through the clerk's office. We take in new cases, we close cases, we send things to the judges, we send things to the parties. We are basically the conduit in which justice flows in the court systems in Montgomery.
Okay. Now, you've got several courts that you're responsible
Yeah,
for?
we have several divisions.
You're going to help me out with this.
Several divisions.
Okay, so several divisions, all right. And so, and we're going to post your website so people can go there so they can see a lot of what you're saying.
Okay.
Because I'm learning.
And the website is really key. We put everything that you would ever want to know about the court systems. We even put a glossary of terms out there for those who are new to the court system, so they know when people are using this terminology that's foreign to them, they can always just go to our website, look up the words, and they'll see what the person is talking about. So we want people to use our website. We want them to use it a lot because I think it will be very helpful to them.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of your website, I mentioned to you I was going to take a quote from your website. One of your subject lines on there. It says, "In Montgomery County, the circuit court clerk is charged with the responsibility of maintaining not only the records of the 7 courts, but also is the absentee election manager."
Yes, I am the absentee election manager, and that is one of the duties that I take incredibly seriously. It's also the one that keeps me up at night. In the last election, we had approximately 20 people who took part in voting absentee. Now, in our current climate, that's a little scary for me. When we think about how they're trying to limit the Voting Rights Act, when we think about voter ID, when we think about all the things that they're doing to limit our access to vote, and then we only have 20 people who take advantage of a wonderful way to vote. I mean, when you think about absentee, people think of it as, oh, well, I don't have ID or I'm bedridden, so I can't vote. But that's really not the case. If you don't have ID and you need to vote absentee, there's just a box that you check on your absentee application, and it will allow you to vote absentee without the need of ID. We'll send the ballot to you. The post office will even deliver it if you don't put any postage on it at all. We try to make it incredibly easy to vote, and yet we don't have a whole lot of folks who avail themselves of the right to vote. I am hopeful, I am prayerful that more folks will do so in the general election. This is a huge election, a big election, and something that is incredibly important to our everyday lives. Who will be elected will set the tone for our country, whether it will be,
whichever.
Right.
Whichever candidate, right.
So we need to be certain that if it is a tone that we don't want, we vote against that tone. If it's a tone we want, we vote for that tone. And we try to make it easy. There's no reason why anybody in Montgomery County shouldn't vote. And, you say, well, I'm going to work all day. Well, let us send you an absentee ballot. And all you have to do is send it back to us, and we'll make sure that you vote on that day. Or I'm busy, or I'm out of town. We take care of you. I'm a student, and I'm not in Montgomery County anymore. I'm in Texas going to college. Well, let us send you a ballot to Texas.
Okay, so hold on. So are you saying that if you're going to be indisposed, you're not going to be able to vote, all they have to do is call or contact?
Well, if they call us, we'll send them an application. And our number is 832-1281. We'll send them that application. And then they send the application back. Once we get that application back, we'll put together a whole ballot package for them. And then we'll send it out to them. They send it back to us. Bada bing, bada boom. Your vote will count.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really just that simple.
Well, so how long does that, say from when they initially contact you, how long does that process take?
When you contact us, we send that application out that day. Now, you can always go online and get that application at www.alabamavotes.gov and get that application. Or you call us and we'll send it to you. Once we get the application back, we get your ballot out to you the same day we get your application. So it's a quick process. The longest process that it takes is for you to send it back to us. Because we're going to get it out to you, and we're going to get it out to you very quickly. The law says we have 24 hours to get that ballot back to you, and we do it in less than 24 hours in Montgomery County.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm learning. I'm learning today. This is really good. And so they can learn about that on your website?
They can.
Awesome.
All that information's there. The deadlines are there. So if you go to www.montgomery.alacourt.gov, you'll see about absentee balloting also and what you need to do. And there's also an application there, should you choose to download the application and just send it in to us.
Okay.
Now, we won't start processing those applications for the general election until mid-September. But if you send it to us now, we'll keep it. And as soon as we start processing them, you'll be the first to go out. So.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's good information. Well, now speaking of your website and a lot of the information that you have on it, one of the things that you said about your website is that you can use it to see who's on the docket.
You can.
And where the proceeding is going to be held.
You can. We get a lot of calls each day wondering if a loved one is going to court, wondering if they're going to court or where their court is going to be held. If you go to our docket, on our front screen on the right-hand side, it'll say who's on the docket. Click that button, you're able to search everything that's on the docket for today, the next day. Put in a date. If you think you're going to be in there for a certain date, you put in that date, and you can see whether you're actually on the docket. You'll see what judge is assigned to and what courtroom it's in. And that's a service that we try to offer to folks, so you don't have to wait in line for calls. You don't have to come to the courthouse. You just go on the website. You can do it on your cell phone and see who's going to be in court on any given day.
Okay. So you can actually see your website on your cell phone, on a smartphone. Okay, all right. So so they don't have to call your office as much. They can call.
We don't mind them calling,
Yeah.
but you know, you don't have to. We want to make it easy, and so whether you prefer calling or whether you prefer just going to the website at midnight and seeing if you're on the docket. If it's after 5 and you think, oh my, am I supposed to be in court tomorrow for this ticket I got? You can just go to the website and check it out.
Now, as far as being in court and the docket, they can get information about various dockets to include criminal, civil.
Yes, criminal, civil, domestic relations. The only information that will not be on the website is juvenile matters. So if it is a juvenile matter, because they are secret by nature, they won't be on the website. Okay.
All right, that's good. That's good information. But now, one of the things that you also let us know is that your office cannot give legal advice.
We are there to help as much as we can, but there is a line where help turns into legal advice. And the law forbids us to cross that line. In our office, we have forms available for you. We have, a book, a sample book of how to fill out those forms. We have a wonderful array of staff who will tell you as much as they can, but they can't tell you whether you should do it. They could tell you that you could do it, but they can't tell you what to do, So we do not cross that line into legal advice. And sometimes that can get frustrating because, a lot of people who come into the court systems, they don't know a lot about the court systems. This is their first encounter with going to court or having to sue someone, and they're looking for good information. However, if you go to the website, some of that good information may be there for them, like, what a garnishment is. Say you get a judgment and you're like, well, I got the judgment now. What am I going to do? He still didn't pay me my money, but I want my money. You can go there and find out, oh, well, I can file a garnishment, and I can garnish their wages, or I can garnish their bank accounts, and that way I can get those funds that are owed to me.
Okay, that's great information. Well, now you also let us know that one of your primary goals in your office as far as taking care of the people is to be helpful and courteous.
Absolutely. The climate in the courthouse has changed. We are not punitive. We are not seeking to always put people in jail. We are really there to try to help resolve whatever the conflict may be. And so we're there to really help and to do it with a smile. You know, everyone that you meet is fighting a battle, and you don't know what that battle is. So we try every day to be courteous enough that, you know, we don't push that battle over the edge. We try to be courteous enough and nice enough that people feel like, you know, it is truly justice in the courthouse, and they're not getting the short end of the stick. So that's our daily goal. You know, you think about traffic tickets. There used to be a point in Montgomery County that you were afraid to come and pay a pass-through traffic ticket. You don't have to do that in Montgomery County at the Montgomery County Courthouse. You don't have to be afraid. If you have a pass-through traffic ticket, we're not going to arrest you. We want your money. You know, if you come in to pay it, we're not going to arrest you. We want you to go ahead and pay it. We'll give you a clearance, we'll recall the warrant, and we'll say goodbye to you and wish you well.
Well, now, you know, I've had pass-through tickets now, you know, we just saying, you know, that can make you nervous.
It can, but again, in Montgomery County, at the Montgomery County Courthouse, our goal is to resolve it.
Okay. Well, you know, we just need to know. You know, so we appreciate you clarifying that.
We welcome you into the courthouse to pay your pass-through traffic tickets. In fact, come in today and pay your pass-through traffic tickets. We appreciate you.
Okay. All right. So you see, she said come in today and get it taken care of. All right. Well, and one of the other things you want to let everyone know is that your office is open despite budget cuts. Despite
budget cuts. And, you know, there's been a lot, and we've talked a lot about budget cuts in our office and how they have affected us. We are at 20 state-funded people when we should be at 54. And you would think that would close our doors, but we are here to do the best that we can with what we got. And I have a great group of people. I work with some of the best and most dedicated people in Montgomery, and we make it happen. And I'm proud to be their circuit clerk. I'm proud to be in the office with them.
Excellent.
Thank
All right,
you.
well, we've got to go. We're proud to have you. We want to say hello to your
I'm
daughter.
honored.
Want to say hello to your daughter,
Christian McCord,
and to your husband, Diaz. My friend, been known a long time. All right, and that's going to do it for us. Thank you for coming. That's going to do it for us on this segment of Vision. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.